So, in this lecture, we are going to discuss how to segment customer based on machine learning algorithm. So, first, let's look at this our simple online account opening form. Okay, let's try this out. So, for customer name, I will give my name. So, occupation is salaried, risk rating is low, annual income, let's say 1 lakh, and annual transaction. Okay, so my current annual transaction is around 90,000. So if I click on submit, okay, it is showing 4,42,000. Okay, let's try another example. So I will write this name. Prachanda is our prime minister of Nepal. So he is a PEP. His risk rating will be high. Let's say his annual income is around 2 lakh and his annual transaction is around, let's say, 180,000. So this is for the example purpose only. I don't know his actual figures. So if I click on submit, so it is around 1,90,000. So if we let's look at our data, so these are our and this is our fictitious data, right? And here I have used K means clustering machine learning algorithm to classify customer into various segment. Okay, so let's first understand what K means algorithm is. In this algorithm, K means clustering. We segment customer based on similar attributes by creating cluster or groups. So in our previous example, we had population of customers and we choose to split them into various clusters, and for that we have used attributes like occupation, risk rating, annual income, and annual transaction. Okay, so on the basis of these features, our k-means algorithm has created the different customer segment. You can see here previously the cluster are not separated, but after algorithm is trained on data, it will clearly segment this data into three cluster. Similarly, the k-means technique will allocate data to the cluster determined to have the greatest similarity. Each cluster has a value within a cluster called centroid. So here you can see this is the centroid, okay, which keeps on moving. So the k-means algorithm measures the distance between the centroid and the data attributes, in this case the client attributes, and allocates the client using selected attributes to the cluster that has shortest distance to the centroid. This is a very simplistic explanation of what takes place, and in practice the centroid is moved within the cluster to calculate mean, and then the process is repeated so all clients are in the most appropriate cluster. K-means is a iterative technique, okay, which continues until the cluster are stable. The cluster are considered stable when clients are no longer being moved between cluster. Obviously, this explanation is not enough to explain whole concept of k-means. So if you want to learn more about k-means clustering, you can refer to this online sources, and there are also plenty of resources online which you can refer to. This is our past historical data. So on the basis of this data, we have created 7 clusters. Okay, so 7 customer segments have been created on the basis of that data, and the benefit of creating such cluster is that, or customer segment is that, we can now calculate expected transaction for each segment. So let's say for PEP, The expected transaction is around 190,000, which means we can create a scenario, and for the threshold value of that scenario we can put 190,000. So that means if we found any PEP conducting transaction above this threshold amount, then his transaction must be investigated for suspicious activity. In this way, advanced machine algorithm like k-means helps to segment customer based on various attributes, and it does this automatically.